What is going on, my Dragonball Superheads, Facebookers, Snapchatters, YouTubers, Instagrammers, clickbaiters, all of the above? It is your boy Ghostface Gaming back with another Dragon Ball Super update and spoilers for episode 130 and 131. Um, I know I kind of been clickbaiting you guys all week, saying I was gonna drop the spoilers, and for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons I haven't. I've been trying to work on some new things and coming up with some ideas from my surrounding people and people I work with. You know how to generate, more people and more interaction with my fans and followers. I don't even call you fans, but the people that do follow me, call you family. The family that does follow me. So you need better ways to interact with y'all, interactive posts and polls and such things. And two, another reason why I've been kind of stalling and stagging on the spoilers is because I'm just as outraged. I ain't gonna say outraged, but I feel about the same as the rest of the community right now with the way the spoilers went and some of the information it entailed in the spoilers. So before we get into it, I keep saying it: spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. You see what the banner in front of you says, spoiler ahead. So without further ado, we're going to get into these spoilers. Oh, that's my oldest niece. She turned 21 yesterday. Happy birthday, TT. And once again, like, subscribe, and share all social media platforms. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you be the first to get any one of my updates, whether it be a gameplay or something in that matter. I have 2 episodes right here, as you can see. I'll pause it real quick. I have 2 episodes right here, 2 gameplays of the new story mode on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and DLC 6 Extra Pack 2. I kind of like how the story goes. I'm not gonna spoil that. I'll just go ahead and drop that on the channel. I did one video just to play through it, but I will go ahead and finish that up for you guys. As you can see, the link right here in front of you. Exactly how to find it. I'm gonna have to come up with another day for some of my followers and family that actually watch, because it's a lot of Ghostface gamers, and I don't know. You guys come up with some ideas. Put it in the comment section below. I might try to tweak the name a little bit to differentiate myself from all the other Ghostface gamers out there. So let me know. But yeah, man, these spoilers here, my dude. First off, shout out to Herms98. This scan here is kind of blurred, but he's the one that does the major translations for us whenever they come out of V-Jump magazine or one of the anime magazines that come out in Japan. And as you can see, it says here, Frieza falls, but then simply describes him as buried in the rubble and rendered unable to fight. Doesn't exactly say he's been eliminated. 17, on the other hand, it says it's been wiped out, protecting Goku. So at this point, we do know, yes, even with the last minute and a half, so the last episode was nothing but 30 seconds worth of fighting in Dragon Ball cinematic time. But the last minute and a half, Frieza is still in this. So we still have 2-1 as far as numbers in the Universal Survival Tournament concerned. And a quick note on that now, necessarily, it doesn't mean that, when the time runs out, we'll lose. If we have more people on the tournament ring when the time runs out, we'll win, whether them 2 dudes are still fighting or not. So I did take a poll on my page, Ghostface Gaming, on Facebook. Look me up. It's called Ghostface Gaming. I did a poll. How would you want this to end? Whether you wanted Goku to win or you wanted to be a double elimination and Frieza to win. Now, do remember, I have to put this in this because I was explaining this to somebody, and I think as Dragon Ball fans, we kind of forget this. Now, not to completely spoil the tournament, but this is necessary for some fans to know. I know a lot of you are just starting to watch Dragon Ball Super and might not have watched Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. I suggest that, since Super is ending and the movie comes out in December, take these months to go back and binge watch from Dragon Ball all the way to Dragon Ball Super, and you'll kind of get an understanding of who Goku is as a person. But Dragon Ball Super happens in between the 10-year time skip from the time that they defeated Majin Buu, Kid Buu, in Otherworld to the time he fought Oob in the tournament. So all this that happened in Dragon Ball Super is in between those 10 years when that happens. And all this that's been happening so far, I guess we're on year 5. So somewhere we go, I guess from here we're going to do a 5-year time skip. I don't know. But on to the spoilers. So we do know Frieza's still in this thing. And that's something important for you Dragon Ball fans to realize that either way, whether we lose and we get wiped out and wish back, they're not retconning the end of Dragon Ball Z. So Goku is still going to meet Oob and train with Oob. Frieza is still going to be in hell. So it's going to be some kind of twist to this. It has to be. For them not to retcon the ending of Z. So here we have the spoilers. As you can see, what I'm saying, the scan down here in Japanese, and more spoilers for Dragon Ball Super episode 130 and 131. This time these spoilers are more spoilery. Shout out once again to Herms98 for the translation. Bro be getting a lot of plugins from everybody in the Dragon Ball community. So once again, before it pops up, if you do not want to be spoiled for 130 and 131, here's your chance. Skip ahead. I don't remember exactly what the timestamp is, but skip ahead about 3 minutes into this, because it's gonna be about a 3-minute breakdown. Skip ahead about 3 minutes into this, and it's gonna be some other information that comes out about how the Tournament of Power was set up by the creator Akira Toriyama. So. And right here is the Japanese scan of the next 2 episodes. As you know, there was no episode last night. They took a week off, and episode March 19th will be 1:30 next Saturday coming. And here we go. Now, an unprecedented super showdown, the ultimate survival battle, March 18th or March 19th for some people. It depends on whether you have Verve. Once again, download Verve if you don't have it. You can look up things like My Hero Academia, Yu Yu Hakusho. They just added One Piece. They have the Boruto series. They have Naruto series. All anime that you could probably think of. And they have some live action shows on here as well. Download this app to your PlayStation or to your mobile devices. It's a good app to look at anime if you're into anime. But it says a minute and a half remains in the Tournament of Power. So once again, yes, that last episode was only 30 seconds of cinematic time. Son Goku has the upper hand battling Jiren. Jiren then concentrates and finally gets serious. Surrounded by a red aura, he dashes fiercely and fires a blast at Goku point blank range, totally blowing him away from the spectator seats. Kurian, or that's the Japanese translation for Krillin, and Turtle Hermit, aka Master Roshi, are worried, but so, as the joke goes, Jiren finally gets serious. This whole time they've been saying for the last 10 episodes, Jiren's about to get serious. So it looks like he's going to be hitting Goku with a point blank range, and everybody's going to think that Goku's out, of course. But at this point, he's not. And then it skips right over to the spoilers for 131. Now here's where things get a little iffy and a little tricky with the spoilers. And this is what had a lot of the Dragon Ball community outraged. Now, it says a miraculous conclusion. Farewell, Goku, until the day we meet again. March 25th. Son Goku has fallen from the arena. Pause. You see this? This is not clickbait. This is not a joke. This is real. Son Goku has fallen from the arena. It seems like Universe 7 has lost. Everyone will be annihilated, but having broken through his limits, Goku and Jiren stare at the Omni King as if the match isn't over yet. And then a death beam hits Jiren's back. A bruised and battered Universe 7 team members is standing there. Now, as we just saw in the scan, Frieza, yes, once again, he pops up out of nowhere and hits with the infamous death beam. Now, will this be enough to take Jared out? Because as you can see, now a lot of people forgot about this. My boy Geekdom 101, he did a good breakdown on it. Rhyme Style did a good breakdown on it. Real to Real, Mike, he did a good breakdown on it. But what a lot of us forgot, and something I didn't hear none of them say, Android 17 showed something extremely important when those three were fighting Jiren and Goku and Vegeta were rushing in to fight Jiren. Android 17 popped up and blasted Jiren in the back. That's how that hole got in the back of his uniform. Now, Goku said, "Thanks, now I know how to beat him." That hit, even though 17 is nowhere near as strong as Goku, Vegeta, or Jiren. He's strong, but he's nowhere near as strong as them. That hit hurt Jiren. So with that being said, in the midst of the battle and his guard being down, a classic Goku trope, will this death beam be enough to knock Jiren out of the ring so Universe 7 can win? That is the question. I want to know you guys' thoughts and theories in the comment section below, because this is real right here. I want y'all to really say how, now that we know that Goku will be out and Frieza's going to be in, how is it going to end at this point? How is it going to end at this point? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let's go. So, like I say, this is where it gets crazy, man. So, and as I can say, right, this has the community a good bit outraged at how this is going down. Because, Goku, the only tournament Goku won is when he fought Piccolo Daimao. That's the only tournament Goku won. And this, with him gaining Ultra Instinct and all of this, the culmination of what he's been through Dragon Ball Super, and how strong he is by the time he meets Oob, and the fact that he really doesn't even transform. This, for a lot of us, this was supposed to be his swan song. You know what I'm saying? The end all for him, because he's mastered everything he can master, and the fact that he's only won one tournament, and this would be the one that mattered, he would win. Because if you think about it, Goku has never won a tournament other than when he fought Piccolo. Every tournament that he's ever been in, he's either lost or he had to leave for some technicality. The Cell Saga, the Cell games, that really don't count, but he didn't win that. He lost. The other world tournament, they didn't get to finish. It was pretty much a tie. The tournament with Oob, he didn't win. They stopped fighting and they just flew off. You know what I mean? The tournament with Majin Buu, he didn't get to finish because they had to leave because of, Majin Buu was getting ready to be resurrected. So everybody felt like this was supposed to be his swan song. This is another reason why I kind of took so long to upload the spoilers, is because, I felt like, how could I break this down? Now, how I view the spoilers is, in the magazine, the next week's episodes and stuff like that, they'll give you a preview or a detailed description of what's supposed to happen in the episode. And it's always some kind of twist to it. Always some kind of twist. But do the spoilers, did this one spoil it for y'all? I feel like it kind of did, even though I know Toriyama always has a trick up his sleeve. But do you guys feel like this spoiled it for you? Did this just really decrease the value of Ultra Instinct? Even though that'd be a great story for him to, lose. I said that, for Universe 7 to lose and then we be wished back. But I don't know, man. Like, it kind of killed me off with this one. I've been kind of head swimming about this all week, and I've been surfing and fishing and, trying to make sure I got all the right information. I don't want to mislead you guys or give you guys the wrong information. But yeah, it kind of had me baffled and bewildered. Like, Nani? Nani? What? Why? Well, yeah. Um, some more things came out this week. It was an interview with the writer and the producer of Dragon Ball Super. I had their names on the cap of my head, but I surely can't remember right now, and I don't want to butcher their names, but they gave some detailed descriptions as far as how the Tournament of Power was laid out by the creator Akira Toriyama. Now, Dragon Ball Super is nothing like Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Super is more so like Dragon Ball GT, and how I say that is with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, there was already original mangas that Toriyama had written, drew out, and put out, so they had a storyline to go from. With Super and GT, now let's get it. GT, no, not necessarily as canon, but Toriyama did do a lot of the character and planet designs for Dragon Ball GT. The storyline, no. Same thing, kind of, sort of, with Super, even though he was more hands-on with Super. He wrote out the bullet points. These guys created the story, aka the anime, and adapted the anime and the manga from there. That's why the manga is a whole lot different than the anime. And if you watch Dragon Ball Super, I suggest you go online and look up the manga, because the manga explains a lot of things the anime doesn't, even though the anime has a lot more action and visual aesthetics for you. But yeah, they gave out some brief descriptions as far as how this tournament's going to break down. Now, this right here it says the tournament, Toriyama's initial proposal outlined the idea of 80 people fighting jumbled up. So we know that how the Tournament of Power was laid out was originally his idea. He first drew the designs for Toppo and Jiren. Toriyama's original draft lacked any indication of Jiren's personality, so the anime staff planned on making him a talkative character. However, when they suggested this to Toriyama, he replied that Jiren is a character who doesn't speak. It was at this point Toriyama set the backstory that Jiren's parents and the martial arts master were killed. As a result, Toppo inherited the anime staff's original plan for Jiren's personality, which is why he talks a lot about justice all the time. Toppo as being a candidate for God of Destruction was included in Toriyama's draft. The staff wondered how to handle Dispo's character, and his cocky personality was only decided upon Ben Shimida's was cast in the role. And that's the voice of Dispo, So I guess off him, that's where they kind of got that cocky attitude for a Dispo from, which is pretty cool. It kind of fits him. But there's no debating about who did what in the series. Right here gives you a flat outline description of what all Toriyama's. Now, I don't really like that word, but Ribrianne's fat design was by Toriyama, but that make her into a cute girl. Like, at first, Ribrianne de Chateau was the anime staff design. I mean, Toriyama wanted her to be a BBW. They wanted her to transform. Now, neither Kale or Khalifa was in Toriyama's original draft. During a conference meeting, the subject of Brawly came up, and the anime staff created Kale. They made her a girl, so that wouldn't be the exact same as Brawly. So once they pitched this to Kale, to Toriyama, he went ahead and said, you know what, we're going to throw Khalifa with him. You know what I mean? So Toriyama's original draft included documents describing what happened to Universe 7's warriors and the Tournament of Power from beginning to end. This included who Piccolo, for instance, loses to, who survives at the end. The document included all the main points as the battle between Universe 11. Toriyama decided on all 10 members of Universe 7, including the surprise of Blue being replaced with Frieza. As the flow of the story was decided upon, Toriyama came with the idea of Ultra Instinct in the same design as a powerful Goku that was a completely different from Super Saiyan. Now, with that, like I said, this was supposed to be his swan song, you know what I mean? Because at this point, he needs no more transformations. He needs no more powers. He has mastered everything he's needed to master. That is the whole purpose of Ultra Instinct. Mikatsu no Gokui, you know what I mean? The mastery of selflessness or the mastery of self movement, you know what I mean? So that's what this was supposed to be. A lot of people think it looks like another Super Saiyan transformation, but it's not supposed to be, nor was it intended to. Now, this is where things get a little more promising as far as the future of Dragon Ball Super is concerned with the last set of notes that we have here. Now, it says here, Frieza donating his energy was not part of Toriyama's original draft. Neither was 18 and Ribrian's fight over the differing ideas of love. So once again, those two things were the anime staff, which was good in my idea, but those two things were which the anime staff implemented off of Toriyama's bullet points that he gave, you know, to give the story of the Universal Survival arc a little more depth and layers to it. Now, Takami personally thinks that Toriyama might be setting up for further stories with the ending of the Universal Survival arc. So keep watching until the very end of the last episode. Apparently, there will be something special. I don't know. We all thought that, you know, episode 129 and 130 was going to be the end. We all thought that was gonna be it, and they was gonna be wrapping it up in 131 with the wish, but no, apparently not. We gonna be getting scrapping and fighting all the way down to the last minute. So this is where it comes into the sense, like it kind of feels like they really rushed through these last 3 episodes, but they're leaving the door wide open for so much more, because we still have the Planet Sadala arc. Like Vegeta really wants to go meet the king of Planet Sadala. We still have to like I say, get the Boo. I mean, they open up so much stuff with just Universe 6 by itself. I mean, I'm interested in what Universe 11's about now. I'm even interested in Universe 4. Like, why is Catella, the little mouse dude, always beefing with Beerus, besides the fact of that Beerus fell asleep while they was playing hide and seek with the Omni King. You know what I'm saying? So there's history. Like, I want to know the backstory, the Beerus. You know what I mean? Like, where him and Chopper come from. And it's also been confirmed too that Goku with this Ultra Instinct has surpassed Beerus finally. So this brings it full circle as far as the Dragon Ball Super story is concerned. That brings it full circle. But yeah, I really wanted to. I thought they were gonna go back and, you know, see what happened with Goten and Trunks and Marin on 17's island. What's going to happen with 17 now that he's completely destroyed? You know what I mean? Like, the man has a whole family out there. So they have so many avenues they can go back to, and they just can't leave it at here. One, because marketing purposes. Two, because the manga is still going to continue. And three, they just created a Dragon Room, which Dragon Ball Z is now syndicated like Marvel and DC. It's just as big as Marvel and DC now, so they can't end it here. So Dragon Ball will return. Maybe not as super, but it will be returning. We can pretty much guarantee on that. Because this here, the Tournament of Power by itself was an entire year. So, you know, with this and the way they leaving it open at the end, we can expect some return. And hopefully I want them, you know, to take the story beyond the end of Dragon Ball Z. You know what I mean? At the end of this, let's get a time skip when they come back. You know, let's get a time skip to after he meets Oob, and they've been training for like 2-3 years, and then some threat comes to Earth from another universe. You know what I mean? So, you know, those were just my thoughts. And I know this was somewhat of a rant, but that's how I really been feeling about these spoilers, man. Like, they had me faded. But the details from the interview got me hopeful. So, as always, family, like, subscribe, share to all social media platforms. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and then hit that little bell in the corner to get notifications so you know every time I upload a video or a gameplay, man. This is your boy, Ghostface Gaming. As always, take care of each other, man. Peace. I'm out.